welcome back to another video with The Void. Hope y'all are having an amazing day, and today I will be reviewing Pac-Man World 2, Repac. So this game I just now beat recently during the weekend, and even though this is a semi-spoiler, I am wearing an outfit that you unlock progressing through the story. I will not tell you how to unlock it. I will let you figure out that yourself. Anyways, what are my opinions on this game? This game, as I stated in a previous video, was a childhood classic of mine. Playing with my grandparents was the first thing I ever done. Playing the original Pac-Man World 2 for the Nintendo GameCube. I'm pretty sure it was the updated version to where you wouldn't get instantly killed by a ghost. If I'm not mistaken, I think that Pac-Man World 2 for the PlayStation 2, when it first came out, if you touched the ghost, you would die immediately. But then, I think in the player's choice, which I think is what we had, we would be able to touch a ghost, and as you see in the gameplay, there's 4, pie pieces. After you touch a ghost, once, you would lose 1, not instantly lose all of them in an instant. From what I can remember, I know I talked about the water levels. Um, the water levels were okay. There were some points where I died, and that's fine. The water world, which I will call Ocean, is, I'm not gonna lie, I like it better than the original World 2 because of how much it improved. You can move freely, you're not forced to be moved forward, and also, as you're saying in the gameplay, you can flip kick without having to jump in the air. That's another addition that I do like. With having to time your jumps for the super button jump, as it shows, it has come very handy in this game, and it will become useful. Do note, the final boss will need for you to master the super butt bounce. I ain't gonna say how the final boss goes because of spoilers, but I will say it was very challenging even for me as a veteran of Pac-Man World 2 for the original. It is such an honor to actually be able to play Pac-Man World 2 Repac because of the fact that I've been waiting a few years for this to come out ever since the rumors oh my god, Pac-Man World 2 Repac's gonna become a thing. Which I never did believe it because I'm not a believer of rumors. Anyways, what I want to know about this game is the level map. Even though I recorded some gameplay and didn't show off the map is shaped like Pac-Man, while the sea levels, as well, I know I said something about the water levels, the ocean levels. The ocean levels, there's 4 levels, and it's like pack dots going to somewhere. I will not say because of spoilers. Alright, now it's time for me to go over the bosses. What do I think of the bosses? Well, I think the bosses are great. Even though right now it's showing the killer frog, my bad. The other ghosts have been changed. I'm pretty sure that they increased the difficulty because where the GameCube and all those were so easy. They got rid of most of the textures from the GameCube edition. Like, there's barely any wooden textures on the frog, which we are seeing now on screen. They have changed the boss from a lot of ways, in my opinion, which you are about to see. Okay, and as you see here, the frog just turned golden by the golden fruit. In the original Pac-Man World 2, the bosses never turned gold. None of them turned gold. The golden fruit in the original Pac-Man World 2, not gonna lie, was kinda useless. Because all you done was collect them. And when you got to the final boss in the original, you would turn golden immediately. As soon as you got to the climax, Pac-Man would just turn golden. And Spooky goes on a rampage and tears the tree out of the ground. That's for the original. It plays out differently in the remake. Some, but like stated, I will not go into detail. Now, the bosses, I was actually about to talk about that. Their difficulty has been increased, which I just now said. I died a lot because of these bosses. Just not the killer frog. I died to Inky, Pinky, and Blinky. I don't think I died to the ocean boss. But still, it was really challenging because of something that came up later on in the game. Which I ain't going to say what's in it, but I will say there is post-game content that is more challenging than what it may seem. This game may be easy for people, but once you get into the post-game, oh boy, hell's a-waiting. Anyways, I will be showing off the second world real quick. Even though it's called Treetops, I've always known, well, Treetops as Bedouin Woods because of the trampolines that you had in the game. In the original, the trampolines, they wouldn't let you aim where you're supposed to go. That was probably just me. But these actually let you see where you're going. So, in my opinion, what do I think of the game after what all I said? If I were to rate it out of 10, I would give it a 8.5 out of 10. Because the difficulty of the levels were okay. And with the bosses, I love that they give you a challenge. Instead of the original, you having 3 ghost mechs. Instead of just having the owl, which is shown in this video here. Um, every single boss turned golden now. So it's a big improvement to what I have experienced. Now, you probably noticed in the video there is a yellow marker showing you where you're going to land. They added that in this remake because the fact that you couldn't see where you were going in the game, well, of the original, my bad. Because in the original, you didn't have good depth perception. I know I probably pronounced that wrong. I apologize. And as you all seen in the video, they also added one more addition. Well, one or two more. Um, the Pac Dot Throw attack is back. And you have Mega Pac-Man also returning. I love this game so much, just the fact, one, it's a childhood classic. Two, because of nostalgia. And three, because they done well with these remakes. I never really played Pac-Man World 1 until I played Repac, which is the first one. Pac-Man World 2 Repac will remain one of my favorites in the whole series. I have no clue if they're going to be making a 3, but I love the fact that they acknowledged 2, because a lot of the fan base was begging for 2 when Pac-Man World 1 Repac showed up. Since they redesigned Talkman, which is Pac-Man World 1 Repac's boss, well, main boss. In the original, you barely saw Talkman until the very end. But in the original Repac, he is more active and showing up and having a quote-unquote interference with the bosses that you face, which is pretty cool. From what I can tell and what I've experienced through my playthrough of Pac-Man World 2 Repac, Spooky really doesn't have as much as a interference like with the bosses. As you've seen, he didn't show up with Clyde's frog. Even when he turned golden, Spooky didn't show up giving him the golden fruit. He had it, obviously, because you've seen him playing with it. Technically. And another thing is costumes. Costumes are unlocked by doing missions. And also, I know you just seen where I beat Clyde's frog. You can unlock arcade games through completing those missions as well. And if you go along and complete missions, even though I didn't complete this one, you can unlock gashapons, which are figures. Anyways, this is one of the bosses I had trouble with. Inky's owl, even though I done a pretty good job on the gameplay here, I couldn't really beat it a few times because of the attacks he was going for, and where I was so used to the ghost mech, I had to readjust to the owl boss. My favorite costume has to be the spooky costume. The costume I like is just because the style it goes for, it ain't too much. It's just a style I like. Plus, the helmet is purple, which I enjoy. And as you see here, I am fighting Inky's owl, and it shows you where to hit it after you swing on the bedoings. Okay, so technical difficulty. My mic just cut out for a minute. Anyways, the after you hit the bedoings, you hit the owl in the face, and if you go around hitting the enemies, you can get health, which can increase. I think like 1 to 2 points. I think I'm not for sure because I forgot. Anyways, this boss was pretty easy after I found out how to defeat it. But later on, when you're in the post game, you'll find out what I'm talking about if you play it for yourself. Because I don't on purposely spoil people. If I accidentally spoiled somebody in this video, I do apologize for that. Alright, now here we are going to see his golden mech. With different phases of bosses, it made the challenge harder, which I liked even though I mentioned it earlier. It's just a fact that I like to point out just because of the fact they done so well with the challenge and didn't make it too easy. Some of them I thought were too hard, but then I learned their attack patterns. Anyways, I would really like to thank Bandai Namco for allowing this to happen because, not gonna lie, I was one of those people that wished for a Pac-Man World 2 repack, well, remake of its own. All I can say is in this game is just take your time, collect what you want to, and if you want to 100% complete it, please go for the medals. Reason why I say go for the medals is because you're going to need it for the trophies. Anyway, that's going to do for today's video. I hope y'all have a good day, a good night, and I will see you all in the next one. See you later.